Show me.
Hello everybody, Martial Arts Film Freak here. We are ending ShawTember 2022 with something simple, because last week's video kept me up until about 4 in the morning getting it finished and posted, and I'm frankly still tired, and it's been about 2 days. You see this? I didn't even shave. It was just that video. I was so tired, it all just fell out. The Kung Fu movie gods pretty much said, hey look, beard or head hair, and I'm like, I've been working on this for a good few months now. Let's go with the beard. Now with the hair and no facial hair, I look like Johnny Young Bosch from Power Rangers Turbo the movie. Pretty good look, I'll take that as my inspiration there. But we're not talking about Power Rangers, we are talking about Shaw Brothers films. So this week, for keeping it simple to the end, to close off ShawTember 2020, I'm just going to simply go through my Shaw Brothers movie collection. Something I've been doing here for the past few weeks. I did my Jet Li collection, I did my Donnie Yen collection. Instead of discussing a whole actor or director this time, we're simply going to discuss every movie I have from this studio. I promise you, it's really not going to be as much as you would think. As I've said in several videos already, I did not grow up with Shaw Brothers. I was more into the Jackie Chan, the new wave kung fu kickboxing style of cinema, and didn't really get into Shaw Brothers films until I was much older. I'm 26. I'm actually not that old. However, my back is killing me. I'm old enough that the other day somebody at work asked me how old I was, and I went completely blank. I just forgot. But we're going to start this Shaw Brothers film collection video with the big one. We're going to get it out of the way because it's got a bunch of movies in one set here. We're going to start with the ShawScope Volume 1 box set. Yes, I have one here and I have one here. I got two. It was an accident. Get off my back. This one's just sitting here still in the cellophane and everything. I don't know what to do with it. This is a beautiful box set. I like it a lot. It's very nice. And it comes out, it slides out here. It's got a booklet, but I'm just going to go for this right here, which has the movies in it. It's got 12 films, half of which I have not seen yet, because that's the life I live, where I don't watch the things I have because I don't have time. So it's got King Boxer in it with a beautiful artwork here. King Boxer, I'm just going to hold this up because it kind of fits in the frame here. It's got King Boxer, which I have not seen, but I'm aware that it's like, it's the movie that got a lot of people into Kung Fu cinema. It's one of the earliest films to kind of come over from Hong Kong. And then it's got Boxer from Shantung. I've heard good things. Again, I haven't seen it. Moving on to the next page here, we've got this 5 Shaolin Masters and Shaolin Temple. Again, both of these I haven't watched yet. I thought for a second that I had seen 5 Shaolin Masters. I've actually seen 5 Super Fighters. Very different, but very good movie. Not this, 5 Super Fighters. I've not seen this, either of these. Next up, we've got the Mighty Peking Man. It's pretty much a Shaw Brothers King Kong, and I haven't seen it before. Either. From here on, I'm pretty sure I've seen all of these. So next up, we've got Challenge of the Masters and Executioners from Shaolin. This movie, Challenge of the Masters, was really boring. Executioners from Shaolin is very good. We've got Chinatown Kid, which I described as Kung Fu Scarface. It's really accurate once you actually watch the movie. And it's good. I liked it a lot. Alexander Fusheng is very good in it, and Sun Xian is mostly wasted up until a good final fight, but he should have had way more to do. Next up, it is The 5 Venoms and Crippled Avengers, or Return of the 5 Deadly Venoms. Both great movies. What do you have? Well, I can't say anything else. They're great. And then next up, Heroes of the East and Dirty Ho. Heroes of the East, it's fantastic. Dirty Ho is very, very good, but Heroes of the East, holy lordy, it's a good movie. And that's it. This last page is this is a soundtrack disc, and I can't think of a movie that I've actually touched the soundtrack discs that I have. And I have a few. I even have like a Tekken game that comes with the soundtrack disc, and I've never listened to it. First up is maybe the first Shaw Brothers film that I ever watched, and definitely the first Shaw Brothers film that I ever owned. It is Return to the 36 Chamber. Yes, this is the original copy that I bought way back when. It is fine. It's weird, and when you are young and you don't really know what you're getting into, it's not the one to start with, and this is what I started with, and that was potentially a big mistake. Next up, I've got Shaolin Mantis, which stars David Chang and directed by Lau Kar-leung. This is the 88 Films release. This is one I have not yet watched, which is going to be probably pretty common for some of these, because I have a very big watch list. Yeah, I just haven't gotten to it yet. I've heard very mixed things. I've heard it's amazing, and I've heard it's a letdown. So, we'll see what happens when I get to it. Next up, it's one of the big ones, one of the really good ones, one of them ones that you just gotta watch, and then you just gotta watch it again, and then you gotta watch it again, and then just to make sure it wasn't a dream, you gotta watch it again, because it's just that satisfying, and that is Martial Club. Martial Club is fantastic. I love it a lot. That final fight scene is amazing. Kara Hui rules. Wang Lung Wei. This was really probably my introduction to Wang Lung Wei, where I really started paying attention to him. Just, you know, there's those guys in Shaw Brothers cinema that they're never like a main character. They're always like a bad guy or like a henchman, like top henchman kind of bad guy. But Wang Lung Wei, bad guy, not really. No one's a bad guy in this movie, but Wang Lung Wei is the final fight, and he's good. This movie I picked up at a used movie store a few years ago, and it probably took me a good 2 years to watch it as it sat on my shelf just collecting dust. And that is the Heroic Ones, starring T. Lung and several other people. I cannot, in good faith, recommend this. I'm sure some people love it, but this is the exact thing that I grew up, or at least, you know, I was aware of Shaw Brothers films. I didn't like the style, and this is a good example of that style that I did not like. I just don't like this movie. I love T. Lung. I love a lot of people in this, but this one is not it for me. And then we've got The Flag of Iron. This is, again, the 88 Films release. I have not watched this yet. It looks like a Venom's movie. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Haven't seen it yet. I'll get to it at some point. And then The Chinese Boxer. Again, I haven't watched it yet. This one stars Jimmy Wang Yu, which, if you've watched me for long enough, you know that I'm not a big Wang Yu fan. Not really. I know a few people that I'm friends with have been coming around on some one-armed swordsman, and I gotta say, I'm not one of those people. Not a fan. Was not for me. But I do like the one-armed boxer because it's simply just totally goofy, bonkers, nutcase of a film, and that's exactly what it needed to be. Can the Chinese Boxer be that too? I don't know yet. I haven't seen it. But the next one stars Gordon Liu, which means I have seen it, and that is Clan of the White Lotus. This is pretty much the sequel to Executioners of Shaolin, which is in the ShawScope Volume 1 box set. I remember liking the first one more. You can learn more of my thoughts on this in last week's video, which you should go watch, which you've maybe already seen if you're here. I don't know, but this is a good movie. The next one is not a good movie, and that is Disciples of Shaolin. I know people that love this, I know people that like this, but if I had only ever seen this movie, I would tell you that, what's his frickin' face, Alexander Fu Shang is garbage. But I've seen other Alexander Fu Shang films, so I know that not to be the case. This is just not a good one, in my opinion. Like the whole opening, you know, where Shaw Brothers movies have like the opening on the colored backdrop as somebody does kung fu, and you know, it's sometimes awesome. This one was not awesome. This is one where you could just watch it and just know Alexander Fu Shang didn't know kung fu before he was an actor, and it's obvious. And look, this next one is the exact opposite. This is just, I mean, I talked about it for the past 2 weeks in a row. It's one of my all-time favorites of the Shaw Brothers cinema. It's one of my all-time favorites of the Lau Kar-leung. It's one of my all-time favorites of the Gordon Liu. It's one of my all-time favorites of the Alexander Fu Shang. It's one of the all-time favorites of Kara Hui. And that is the 8-diagram pole fighter. Oh, lordy! It's a good one. It's real good. I'm just going to sit here and rub it on my face because I like it that much. Sorry if that was weird. Yeah, this movie is just great. Got some of the best action you're going to find in Shaw Brothers for me. It's got some of the best action you're going to find in the Lau Kar-leung style of action, the Gordon Liu. Kara Hui's got a great sword fight. I like this movie a lot. Rubbing it on the face some more. Look at this artwork. Look at that. Look at this artwork. It's great. It's fantastic. This artwork is just as good as the movie. And then you get the swap of the cover on the back, and that's great too. It's all good. Everything here is amazing. I hate to disappoint you, but we're moving on to another one that I simply have not seen yet, and that is, Jesus, I don't know, Marlowe directed it? I don't know who Marlowe is. Whatever. Monkey Kung Fu. I haven't seen it yet. I hear okay things. I think I remember hearing okay things, but Monkey Kung Fu is one that sits on my shelf. Again, all of these are pretty much 88 films, I believe. I haven't seen it yet. Sorry. I feel bad that so many of these I don't really have anything to say yet, but I guess really that isn't the point of these videos. It's that I have them in my collection and I'm telling you about it. So they're here, and I haven't seen most of them because I just have so many other things on my shelves that are on my watch list. So much. I work a lot. Next one though is a good one. It's an alright one. It's a good one. Legendary Weapons of China. Good movie. Lau Kar Lung, Lau Kar Wing, Kara Hui, Gordon Liu, a lot of other people. I like this movie a lot. Kung Fu Bob does a lot of the artwork on these movies, and he does a fantastic job. Just great, just beautiful, beautiful cover here. I don't love this movie, but I love that final fight. That final fight is pretty much Lau Kar Lung and Lau Kar Wing just going through every weapon they could find and fighting with it. Imagine that fight scene from Crouching Tiger. Got that good brain. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that fight scene between Ji Zhang and Michelle Yeoh, where Michelle Yeoh just starts picking up weapons. Imagine that, but more weapons. It's dope. It's great. This movie's pretty good. Then this next one, though, sadly, I can't say. I haven't seen it, so I'm just going to let you sit here and wonder, what could he possibly be talking about? What movie sits in his shelf, on his table, on his desk, because he's too lazy to put it away, and he just got it for his birthday, and he hasn't seen it yet? What a shitty Kung Fu fan. He has Kung Fu movies he hasn't seen, movies just sitting on his shelf that he hasn't watched yet? What a piece of shit. Well, maybe this movie's a piece of shit. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, and that is Flying Guillotine, Part 2, with T. Lung and many other people. Oh, on the back it says Quentin Tarantino's favorite movie. Oh my god! I don't give a shit. Yes, this will round off the final the final Shaw Brothers film in my collection here. I can't say anything about it because I haven't seen it yet. Like a lot of these movies I've got here. But that means it is time to count them. Count up how many Shaw Brothers movies are sitting in my collection, because you know what? It's not as much as most people, I should say. I know Kung Fu fans who their entire collection may be like 80% Shaw Brothers movies, just hundreds of them, and I'm simply not one of those people. I have more Jackie Chan movies than I have Shaw Brothers movies, but we will count them. 1, I've got the 2, I've got the 3, that is Monkey Kung Fu, I haven't seen that yet. 8 Diagram Pole Fighter, whatever, I before, I lost count already. I lost my ability to count and think with the facial hair. That's where my brain was. Disciples of Shaolin makes number 5. We got number 6. Number 7. 8. 9. Bad movie. 10. Great movie. 11. Yep. 12. And the big boy rounds that up to 24. And if we want to count that guy, we can bring it up to 36, but I probably shouldn't do that. They're all the same movie. I do plan on getting the ShawScope Volume 2. I'm very excited about that. It has some good stuff in there from what I can tell so far. It's definitely got 36 Chamber, I believe, in there, and I don't even own that, and that's crazy. I own the sequel, and I don't own 36 Chamber, but I'm gonna when I get the second box set here. So I own 24 Shaw Brothers movies. That is not a lot. It's not a lot at all. Again, I did not come up on Shaw Brothers movies. I came up on Jackie Chan and Golden Harvest, and I discovered Scott Adkins, and I was into like American low budget stuff, like not like Van Damme and stuff. I just still don't like Van Damme. I like Shaw Brothers more than I like Van Damme. But I was into frickin' Thai films before I was really into Shaw Brothers films. But I'm getting into them. I'm an adult. I'm growing up. My taste is changing, both on my tongue and in my brain. I like musicals a little bit now, and that means I can get into Shaw Brothers movies too, because they're very similar. But tell me in the comment section down below how many Shaw Brothers films you have in your Kung Fu collection, because I guarantee you it's more than me. Tell me your favorite one in my collection. If there was one I wish I did have, it would be Heroes 2, because I have seen Heroes 2. It has Quan Tai Chen and Alexander Fu Sheng, and it is fantastic. I love Heroes 2 just so much. It's so good, and I don't own it, and that makes me very sad. So if there's one Shaw Brothers film I wish I had, it's Heroes 2. Tell me which one you have, how many you have, your favorite one in your collection, your favorite one here in my collection. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Head over to Facebook, where there is the Martial Arts Film Freak Facebook page, Instagram, Martial Arts Film Freak, Tristan_Glover on the Twitter, and Martial Arts Film Freak on TikTok, where I'm fitting in with the youth of the world. Hey there, fellow kids. Want to watch a 10 seconds to 3 minute long video? Well, the Martial Arts Film Freak is here on TikTok to talk about Kung Fu movies with you. Oh, what's that? Nobody wants to talk about Kung Fu movies on TikTok? Everybody wants to talk about superhero movies, Star Wars, and horror? Fine, I'll sit here in the corner and just talk to myself. I suppose I do the same thing on YouTube. I don't really have that many, it's very niche. It's a very niche thing, I feel like all the movie people on the internet are either into, your mainstream stuff or horror. Horror makes up so much of the film community that it's kind of sad. To me. It's not sad for them. It's good for them. Basic bitches. Do all those things I just said. Comment down below all those things I just asked for. Like, share. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe. Hit that bell. Thank you. All those things. I'm so tired from being up till 4 o'clock the other day. I'm just so... Thank you so much for watching. And have you one of them good things where the sun goes around the sky.